back to my channel. In this video I'm going to be talking mainly on large print stuff, but I will go into Braille just a little bit. When I was in kindergarten and first grade, I needed a lot of things that were more accessible for me. So I did use enlarged papers, and they were they were so big that I had to fold them down under my desk. So now I really can't read things on paper that well anymore. Sometimes it's even hard to read my own handwriting. But I used special books. We all had these books that we read, and we'd have for homework some days we have to read this one story or something. So we all had this book, and mine were huge. They didn't even fit in my backpack, and my backpack was a bigger backpack, so that's how big they were. So I always carried it, and I actually probably couldn't read those books now because large print used to be something, it could be a little bit smaller than what I read now when I was younger, but as I've gotten older it's been more it has to be bigger. So what people normally think large print is just a little bit bigger than what normal print, more normal size print is. But I actually have a giant print Bible that my parents got me for Christmas, and it's super cute. And I'll just turn to a random page, but this is what they call giant print. Yeah, this is, I can't even tell that there's stuff on the page, but I used to read this, and I used to read it with a magnifier. That is another thing another tool I had to help me read stuff. But now I don't really use magnifiers because I was literally pressing my face to them, and it was just not comfortable, and they really don't do anything for me anymore. But yeah, that's what people think large print is. That was giant print. That is not giant at all. I cannot read that. So I wanted to show you, I have something typed up here. This is the size print that I use when I'm typing on Google. So and I have all these different settings that I have to go through with this. I have it turned to the text size is up to 50 from 11 or something, 11 or 13, something super small that I can't even read. I have it turned to where it's bold text, and I have it just on that one certain font, because that is a font that I can read, well, sometimes. But yeah, I can really not read fancy curly Q fonts. I used to be able to read a little bit of cursive, but it just all runs together, and it's just really, really hard to read. Like I said, even sometimes my own handwriting is hard to read. But I think, I'm not sure how old I was. I was maybe in kindergarten or first grade when I started using this program for reading books, and it's digital, and it's called Bookshare. It's really, really helpful. That's what I read all of my books on, and it has so many awesome settings, and you can change the text color and the background color. For a long time I had it on black text on a yellow background, but I just recently changed it to white text on a black background because I just couldn't, I don't know what changed, but I just couldn't read the black on yellow anymore. And the same thing with black on white. I could not read that anymore, so I changed all of my settings on all of my devices to dark mode, so it's a black background with white text on a lot of my apps. But on Bookshare it is so helpful. So if you are looking for a program that will help you read books digitally, I highly recommend Bookshare. I have my text on there to I think it's like all the way up. So like the biggest size I think is like 90. And I did used to have it around 50, like in the middle of 50 and 60, and then I just kept moving it up. So I'd move it up 10 every once in a while. So I went from like 55 to 65, and then I went into the 70s, and finally I just went all the way up to 90, and that has worked so far, and hopefully it still does. I really don't read anything on paper anymore. For church with the hymns and all the songs, my grandma would type up every single song that we were singing, and she would type it up on docs, and it was so helpful for years. I don't know, maybe like 3 years. I don't know, but we did it for a long time. And just this past week, I realized that it wasn't helping anymore because I just kind of mumbled through it. I used to be able to read the words, but I have to be in the right lighting to read things on paper now. But I have learned, I used to just like, when I'd go to like summer camp or anything and I'd write letters back and forth to my friends, I used to just like, I didn't care if they wrote it in like pencil or pen, but now I've learned that it's way easier if I don't have someone read it for me and I read it myself. And so I tell them to write with a black marker because that's basically what I write with. Mine's more like a pen. It's kind of like, it has a thin tip on it. But I used to write with like mechanical pencils, but I cannot read pencil or pen. So I write way bigger than lots of people do, and I know it's really, like, it's probably hard for them writing letters to write the same size that I write because, like, no one is used to writing that big as their, like, normal handwriting. It's not that big. I do sometimes I read paper, but most of the time I don't, because even whenever I get a letter now or something in the mail, I take it back to my room and I lay it out on the floor and I take a picture of it, and so I can zoom in on my iPad and read it myself. And sometimes if they have like really fancy handwriting or like they're writing cursive, it's still really hard, but it helps that I can zoom in on it. Recently, my vision started to get worse because all of this started happening where I couldn't really read my own handwriting and all of this, and so I think it was maybe last August that I told my mom that I wanted to start learning Braille, and that has been such a long process. I didn't even get my first set of booklets until like last October maybe, and I just recently finished those, and I am reading Braille. I did get a Braille book, and it came in 3 different books, 3 different sections. I'm working my way through that. I've only read a couple pages, maybe like 4 or 5. But another thing that I found really helpful are these Braille keyboard stickers. Not all of the keys on this have these, like the space bar. You obviously know that's the space bar because it's the big long one on the bottom. But yeah, these are really helpful. I used to have large print, like big letters on the keyboard, but I recently changed to the, well, do they have the letter? They do. Okay, they do have the big letter on them. I didn't realize that. I forgot it. But they do have the big letter on there, but they also have Braille, and that is super helpful. And like I don't even look at my keyboard when I'm typing. I just, you just type. I mean, I don't even look at it. I just look at the screen. I have a little bit more on accessibility, but I think this is gonna be part of the accessibility videos. I might have 1 or 2, I'm not sure. A couple more videos on the accessibility I use on my like my phone and my iPad, because there are so many amazing things that you can enable on the settings. And I think I will do a video on Braille in the future once I've learned it a little bit more. But if you have any video requests, please let me know in the comments section below. And if you know anyone who you think this video would be very helpful for, please let them know about it. And if you haven't already, subscribe and hit the notification bell so you get notified every time I upload a new video. Hopefully I'm gonna try to do weekly, but I don't know, it depends. But hit the notification bell so you'll get notified every time I upload, and don't forget to like this video, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye!